Hello my friends, and welcome back to Wing Chun Wednesday, episode 67. This week we're going to be teaching you about follow-up moves to the Bong Sao, so stay tuned. So welcome back my friends, thank you so much for your enthusiasm and your comments on last week's video. We have a question this week from Christopher Jones, and he says, Phil, any thoughts on doing a video on follow-up moves after you've used your Bong Sao? Great vids, thanks for taking the time to make them, see Hing. Thank you very much, Christopher, I really appreciate that. So I have a great answer for you today, and we're gonna talk about the many possibilities with the Bong Sao. The first thing that comes to mind for me when I talk to Spencer about this is that it is probably the most complicated hand in all of Wing Chun. It's just such a strange thing. You're kind of starting in a Tan Sao, you're coming up. It feels almost suicidal when you're doing it. As Spencer's punching me right here, the Bong Sao, it's so strange. And you know, even in Chi Sao, you know, if we punch, it's just like this very, very flowy, very soft side of Wing Chun. And the interesting thing about the Bong Sao is that you've probably heard this a lot, is that you should never really stay in Bong Sao. Now, what do I mean by that? Essentially is when Spencer's punching at a Bong Sao, I would never just be like, because for a lot of reasons, he could push down, he could come right in, but the beauty of the Bong Sao is I'm actually redirecting Spencer's energy, and he can even feel it, I bet, if he's punching, he kind of feels it drop off to the side, right? It's this sort of to the side and like down there, it's kind of like this, almost like a steering wheel feeling, you know? So if he does it again, what comes to mind for follow-ups, there's a ton of possibilities, is, you know, straight at the bat, as you throw something out, it's like, you know, I'm already kind of bringing his arm this way, and notice the collapsing Bong Sao, which a lot of people say is unsafe, but I love the collapsing Bong Sao. As he's doing it, look at this, it's just continuing in this motion. I don't even have to do a lap Sao or anything right here. I'm just there, and I'm ready to kind of come at him like that. There's so many different ideas. Even in Chi Sao, which Spencer doesn't know, but even when I'm just doing the roll right here, I can collapse and get this massive hit and then come back. And it's such a cool, like, deceptive feeling. And the beauty of the Bong Sao is a lot of times it doesn't really feel like anything, as opposed to, you know, if I was striking him with maybe a harder martial art as he was coming in and I like smashed his arm. It's very telling for Spencer. He would say, okay, I'm gonna regain my stance, and I'm gonna bring my arm down. I don't know if you probably come around or try and push my arm back, right? So it becomes a test of strength. The cool thing about the Bong Sao is, again, it doesn't really feel like much. It almost feels like he's winning. And then it's just, I'm here and I'm inside. And it's this very deceptive energy. And then, you know, goodness me, if you apply and sort of combine a couple of different techniques in Wing Chun, like, for instance, the lap Sao, as you can do that, you can bring in with that, and then you have all these other possibilities from there. But that's just one of the Bong Saos. That's sort of this, you know, Chi Sao passing off way. There's also the Die Bong Sao, Christopher, which is this low Bong Sao. You see it on the dummy. Yip Man, he's always like doing that and stuff. Now, the cool thing is, say he's coming with, you know, some sort of punch that's just a little bit lower, even a kick, it can work, but, you know, he's coming in, and it's just this energy where it's lower, and look, he's so open because of his guard down there. And even if he has a guard up, it's just cool because I can be in here and then ready to kind of like take that upper hand, and it's just, again, it's the deceiving energy. If I was to be over here and I was to do even like a Pak type energy, it's just so different. Like for him, he's like, oh, okay, he's like pushing me away, he's stopping me, you know, whatever it is. Even the Jut Saos and stuff, the Jump Saos, there's a resistance for Spencer to feel. The Bong Sao is just this weird like thing. Even on the impact, it sort of releases the energy. So even when he feels that, it almost feels like I'm pushing into him, but then it just spins off in this weird thing. So it's very deceptive. So use that to your advantage. There's another type of Bong Sao which is really cool and really creative that my Sifu, Russ C. Chan, showed me. And it's this cool like reverse Bong Sao, and it's really high. Now I want to talk about the high Bong Saos for a second. You can come high, and it's almost like an emergency. If you kind of did a 4-1 and he's coming in, you can come high with it. It still works quite well. But another weird twist you can put on the Bong Sao, Christopher, is as he punches, you can come back like this. And you can actually twist that way with the Bong Sao. So whereas we can redirect it down there, you can do it the other way. You can come out like this, and, you know, the implications are many, as you can imagine, just using your imagination. But even, you know, even not knowing too much about Wing Chun, you could infer, from a boxing standpoint, this is just like, man, I can come right in with this cross. This is crazy power. But even from the non-Wing Chun standpoint, again, the laps, all these other things, it's just, you can get to like Cow Sao type territory where you're coming up and down the arm and everything. It's just really interesting stuff. And again, that's very posy, very non-practical with him holding his arm there. but the follow-ups are just infinite with it. Really get creative, even with the basic one. Now, say we don't do the collapsing Bong Sao, you can be a little more hard with it. You can be a little more with it. And then, in fact, if your Bong Sao is hard enough, you can penetrate in with this weird sort of like Bong Sao twisting punch, which looks like a hook punch almost. But yeah, it's almost like the high Bong Sao, but you know, coming in. And then speaking of, if you're low, you can be doing a high Bong Sao that comes up and then transitions into a Tok Sao. You can smash him like that. I mean, you can turn into an uppercut, I suppose, too. It's kind of like coming in with it. I mean, it's just really up to your imagination, Christopher. And I really encourage you guys to have fun with it. And that's really what Chi Sao is. It's essentially testing out the different things. Again, Spencer doesn't know Chi Sao here, but you know, I just kind of direct his hand, you know, just kind of be loose, just kind of like relax on me here. It's just, you can play with it. You can say, oh, okay, that energy, if Spencer pushes in on me, I say, oh, okay, I tried that, that didn't work, he hit me. Let me try it like this. Okay, that worked a little better, let me try it like this. Okay, I feel a little off, I think Spencer could have got me right there. And it's just really a playground for you to really experiment and play with your Wing Chun. But as far as, you know, like definitive follow-ups, I personally think that collapsing Bong Sao is just, it's a go-to, man. It really is. When it comes in like that, you can just do so much with that, man. You know, from there you can keep going. I love sometimes trapping people's arms too, which you can get into with this sort of thing. Is like coming in like that and then just holding it. And you know, forget the joint lock implications of this, but it's just such a powerful smash. And the cool thing is, it's not even just for like a boom. You try to think more forward with doing Chun. Once we're here and I haven't kind of locked in this, like this pulling and pushing two-way energy, he's stuck there. So, you know, again, this isn't an MMA type competition standpoint where I'd be trying to get points. This is like, there's a concrete ground and a railing right there, and I want Spencer's head to hit that really hard. You know what I mean? So it's just more of a brutish, one and done sort of mindset with the Bong Sao. So yeah, I encourage you to be creative with it, and I encourage you to, we talk about Kung Fu chess, like this dog Sao exercise that you can do, and it's just essentially like, you get a move and a hit, and we talked about this, right? So say it's anything, say Spencer throws something out, you get a move and a hit. So you could use that to be, okay, my move is the Bong Sao, and then I'm gonna do that. Then Spencer gets to recover, so he gets a move and a hit, or okay, whatever he wants to do. Yeah, you can do a move, yeah, you can do anything you want, a move and then a hit, and then boom, he does that, and then you can say, okay, maybe I'll try the other Bong Sao, maybe a weird low Bong Sao like this, twisting and stuff. I mean, guys, it's just infinite. And like that weird one I just did, no idea if it would work. Just thought of it at this very second, actually. But that's the beauty of it. Like this weird twisting Bong Sao. I'm gonna combine that with a two-way grind of like a Jut Sao, like Jam Sao type punch, and just have fun with it. As he's over here, I can even do a Bong Sao here as he punches, like a low dive Bong Sao, and come in with it. And it's just, gosh, the possibilities are endless. So Christopher, have fun with it. Really explore it. Spencer, I don't know if you want to weigh in. Like Spencer doesn't know the Bong Sao yet. I think it's one of the most complicated hands, so we'll teach you in another video. But what do you think is your first impression from the follow-ups? Like, it's a weird technique, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it comes through in the video, but the analogy I'm thinking of is if you like see on the ground like a worm or something like that, you try and grab it. It's not so easy, right? It's like very slippery, and it moves in ways that you don't foresee when you're trying to grab it, right? Yeah. So it just feels like it's not like I'm fighting like kind of like air, like it's not like a sort of like water feeling, but it's more like just like it's like wet. It's like you can't get your hands on it and just keep slipping away from you.
I like that. Yeah. That is funny you say that. The first thing I thought of when I first felt Sifu do it, like a spider web. It's like I punched, and you actually said this the other week with the Tan Saos, right? It's like I felt like I was punching him, like I meant to punch over there. And it made no sense to me. I didn't do that, but how did I just like not feel anything? It's like literally like an air like force field just made me go like that. And then I got hit. There was no, you know, like hole, there's no even like, you're gonna go over there. It was just like this barely feeling thing. You know, he was over here. And again, the subtleties of Wing Chun, guys. You'll notice me twist a lot of my Bong Saos, and that's more from a safety standpoint. Like if you're gonna get a really powerful punch, I don't recommend doing the old Sulum Tao Bong Sao like this, because if this guy's plowing in, like running at me or something, it's just, unless you're doing your high Bong Saos and stuff, like why not add in the twist, whatever it is, or you know, I love the Quan Sao because it's like the perfect sort of guard combination of the two, and you can come in, or you know, there's different variations to that as well. But I love just the creativity, so I keep going back to that, guys. Christopher, have fun with it, explore it, enjoy the Bong Sao. It's a crazy move, man. I don't know how much I'll be using it in an actual fight as far as the front Bong Sao. Like I said, it's so effective with twisting and footwork. Keep that in mind, because even follow-ups with the feet here. Don't forget about feet and footwork. Again, you're never going to win any sort of competition, fight, or really advanced Chi Sao if you're standing still. To be fluid and flow. And the beauty of Wing Chun is when you start combining Su Lum Tao and all the little ideas, right? So don't be afraid to use your feet, man. As he comes in with the punch, it's just boom, and then the kneecap right here is open, man. But don't stop there. Let's combine it. So I do this Quan Sao to the hit into the kneecap. You know, I would be hitting him really hard right there. But you could also just kind of tap his shin as a distraction, because what would that do? It would make Spencer kind of buckle, because, you know, instinctually I'm smashing his shin, he's gonna try to be defensive. But then from there, don't even stop there. I could crash my stance into his kneecap right here with that just sort of crushing energy. But again, I'm doing it slow, guys. It's uncomfortable, I'm assuming, right? So again, if we kind of combine these things, don't be afraid to just kind of boom. And that's why I mean the flow, everything's together. So I'd be hyperextending his knee, smashing into his kneecap right there. And again, it's not even just a combination of like that plus that. It's the two-way power, guys. Smashing as I'm pulling, and then from here, I'm hitting him, I'm smashing into him and pulling him again with this sort of reverse lops out as I'm pulling him into me as I'm smashing his skull. And then again from there, now he's off balance. I can just literally take his skull right here and smash it into the ground. Or you could do the old bowling ball eyeball trick right here and smash him. Oh, his throat's open. Give him the old elbow there. It's just creativity, guys. And it's funny, like doing it slow like this, it'll give you these weird epiphanies that you would never think of. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we watch the MYRNE movies, we have a lot of like cool artistic interpretations, but yeah, a lot of times it's hard to like bridge that gap to application, because it really takes a fluid combination of all the ideas. So guys, I hope that helped, and Christopher, any more questions, put it down there. Like I said, the possibilities are endless, guys, and I just thought of one today that was really weird, like this reverse one, just from playing around with Spencer. So have fun with it, be creative, and consult your CPU on a lot of things, but also don't be afraid to create your own fun ideas with the Bong Sao. You know, don't only rely on what someone else tells you, right? And I think using sort of your Sifu's seed, as my Sifu likes to call it, and kind of letting that blossom into your own ideas, you know, is great, because you're still using the Sifu's interpretation, his influence, his inspiration, and you're kind of building it into your own thing, which is always fun. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for these questions. Again, the enthusiasm is everything. Check out my other videos on drawing, fitness, and other fun things. And again, I encourage creativity and enthusiasm, not bullying and negativity with this. Just really try to have the right intention with it. And even if you're in a fight, don't say, I'm gonna use this fight as a canvas for destruction. You know, I'm gonna really try to injure this person. Use your Wing Chun to de-escalate. Use your Wing Chun if you have to do some sort of physical contact. And use your Chi Sao skills, use your Bong Sao to, you know, as we said, like redirect and stuff. Use that stuff if, you know, Spencer has a knife and is trying to carve you up or something. So thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon. Check out my Sifu's page, Russ C. Chan, and look at Wing Chun News on Facebook for some awesome updates on the upcoming movies. And of course, Yippon 4, which was recently announced. Thanks, guys.